Hey, what's up, everybody? My forehead looks big as shit because it is. It's gotten bigger over the years, but it's okay. I learned to live with it. Most important factor, I am alive. Um, Unlike a lot of things I decided to kill off, man, let me tell you something. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm starting to shift, just a little bit or maybe a lot of bit. I don't know. I am um, working on my website. I do have a website. I am working in the back room right now. I'm putting together a lot of content, and I will funnel a lot of my content through there. Pretty much all of it. You know, I think it's time for me to do that. It'll be somewhat of a blog recommendation type thing. It'll have some poetry, some self help, shit like that. Just things that I come across because I'm constantly feeding myself with a lot of self-help information. It may be money management, maybe philosophy, just little things, little how-tos, or just something that comes to mind. And I'll be typing in some original ones as well, or some personal ones. But anyway, this one is about fucking man, killing things off in your life. I probably said something about it before, but it's worth repeating. You know, a lot of things are becoming dead to me. Knowing that I have a daughter coming, knowing that I don't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life, knowing that I would be leaving meat on the bone if I choose to repeat the patterns of some of my ancestors and some of the patterns, that I formed, kind of on my own, which is, working on everybody else's dream and then come home and choose to bullshit on my very own dreams. Don't treat my dreams like a job, you know. Just something like, oh, would it be nice to have and all that, but oh, I'm so tired, so let me just fucking sleep, you know. Oh, I can do it tomorrow, but you know what? Fuck tomorrow because that bitch just never seems to come, you know. And there are ways around that. There are ways around being tired. It's called taking a fucking nap, and then when you get up, then you just get at what you were trying to do, what you're trying to do with your life. But when I say things are dead to me this year, and when I say things should be dead for you this year, look, we're all getting older. I'm turning 27 this year in a couple of months. A lot of this shit is dead to me. A lot of you motherfuckers who just want to waste time, talk about shit that don't really fucking matter. I ain't got time for that. You're dead to me. Okay? Um, somewhere in my room, or throughout my room, I got, cowboy memorabilia, NFL team, Cowboys. You know what? The fucking Cowboys are dead to me. I don't care if they were going to the Super Bowl or not. They're fucking dead to me. I can't believe I ever said we as if I owned the Cowboys. Patriot fans, whether real or fake, and Eagle fans, whether real or fake, they think they actually winning something. You ain't winning shit. What is all this we going to the Super Bowl? That shit should be dead to you. You ain't going to no fucking Super Bowl. You might watch it from home. You might like the colors. You might wear the jersey. But you ain't going to the Super Bowl. Get that shit out your fucking head. Get something for your own, for your own damn self. Now, if you can, buy some shares of the team or whatever, then, okay, you can say we then, you know, um, because you benefit from their success and things like that. But could we please just stop tricking ourselves into thinking that we are actually a part of a fucking team just because we like them? Like, nobody on the Eagles know you. Nobody on the Patriots know you. They don't shout you out. They didn't shout you out in the post game. Man, let that shit be dead to you. Because what do you really have? And that's probably why we cling on to things like that. Why we cling on to sports teams, because we just want to belong, That's got to be it. Same reason why we hold on to people who don't even really fucking matter. I mean, of course, everyone matters to some extent, but as far as your dreams go, as far as what you're trying to do, they don't fucking matter that they should be dead to you. Like, real fucking talk, man. How many times have you sat around and just like, oh, my pals, my bros, my sisters, You know, they're like my family, but they ain't hit me up in so long. I feel betrayed and man, fuck that shit. Why you worried about that? You know, whether if they're worried about you or not, like it's irrelevant. We have things to do. We have meat on the fucking bones. It shouldn't even be a thought as to what other people are doing, you know? If you find yourself in a fucking miserable ass relationship and you know this person cheated on you, you know this person is shady, this person is not authentic, yeah, it's gonna fucking hurt, but make sure this motherfucker ends up dead to you. Cut this motherfucker way off. Save yourself some time, man. Like, it's better to just rip the band-aid completely off, expose wounds, than to just go with that back and forth shit, paralyzing yourself, and now you can't do anything with your fucking life because you're trying to hold on to something that just is not working for you. It's dead to you. Kill it. Kill them off. If social media is poison for you, social media, it definitely can be poison. It's poison for a lot of us. Oh my God, it is so refreshing to just get away from that shit, man. It's like a trap. This shit just pulls you in before you even know it, man. You done scroll for how long? Just fucking scrolling. Wasting time. You know, I forgot who said this, but in this book it was repeated. It's this book called Die Empty. And basically the guy was quoted saying, when I start to do something, I ask myself, this is not verbatim because I don't remember, but he asked himself, is this going to serve my life? Is this productive and shit like that? And if he finds that it isn't, then he'll tend to something that is productive. Now, have I been perfect at this? Hell no. I've been consciously imperfect. So I mean, worse than people who are unconscious about it. I would say, I don't know. This is just me taking accountability. But if we spent double the amount of time creating, if we spent twice the amount of time that we spend consuming, creating something, just imagine where we would be in life. Even if we didn't make a single dollar off of it, we'd be further ahead, like mentally, as far as our confidence goes. It'd give us something to look forward to. See, we don't have anything to look forward to, so things just kind of get placed there in front of us, You get yourself a little TV or something like that, you got your cable, got your Netflix and shit like that, then they advertise to you, like, hey, you don't have shit to do, so guess what? On Tuesday at 9 o'clock, be there. And if you ain't gonna be there, you can DVR it so you can be there on Wednesday or whenever the fucking weekend comes, because that's when you're gonna have some free time. You're gonna be well rested. You'll be well rested so you can tune into something that took place on Tuesday. So tune the fuck in. And it's just every fucking day. If you get caught into that fucking web, you will always have something to look forward to, but nothing of your creation. And it's like, what the fuck are you going to pass on to your children, to your grandchildren? What? Poor habits, unhealthy food, barely getting by. And I don't even mean financially, but that too. But just, just pretty monotone, fucking boring, don't want to try anything new. The only wisdom that you have is the same wisdom that's been recycled throughout the society that we really need to kill off. Like, fuck this, get good grades and so you can go to a good college and shit like that. I mean, yeah, I to an extent I do agree. But we have to be thinking beyond get good grades so you can go to a good college. Ideally, I mean, I would teach to my daughter, yeah, get good grades so you can get a full ride in college. But then I would tell her that if you are going to go to college, make sure you don't get a popular degree. And when I say popular, I don't mean a degree that you know that pays a lot and because of that is popular. No, I meant like popular degrees, like something that's kind of easier to go after, so a lot of people do. There might be some form of art degree or whatever. Go for, I would say go for the jobs where, I mean, of course it means something to you. You're passionate about, but also there's gonna be a demand for it. So you don't spend all that time and go into depth for a goddamn degree you can't even really use. Um, but that's beside the fact. What I'm saying is because a lot of us, we are paralyzed by fear, and we start our days off with fear, and when we get off from work, we got some fear because we tuning into the news. They tell us what to fear. They already telling us what days we should celebrate. They're already telling us what we should be buying, where we should put our money, what we should eat, all these things, man. Um, so what say you? Our problem now is, being afraid to go against the grain, but man, you gotta be an iconoclast. You gotta fucking question all this shit, man. If everybody's so riled up about something, you should be looking to see what's on the other side. I can tell you. Everybody getting excited about something, you should probably, you might want to stay away from that shit. Just like when everybody was so, well, at least where I'm from, but I mean, over the course of the internet, where everybody was getting so upset about Donald Trump and shit like that, like, I was not phased. Man, fuck that shit. You gotta prove to me that Donald Trump isn't just a puppet. If you can prove that to me, and maybe, maybe I'd be a little bit interested. But until then, look, I'm out of my own fucking business. Because I'm not about to be moved by fear. I'll just let the rest of you guys do that. And, you tell me how that works out. You keep me posted. And that's the thing. The most important shit always finds its way to me anyway. I mean, I got social media, and a lot of people just love repeating the news, man. It just fucking fills them with something. That just makes them want to just pass on the negativity, man. Like, I don't really have the time for that shit. That's dead to me. The news is dead to me. And people can look at me like I'm ignorant or whatever. So be it. I'll be as ignorant as you want me to be. But meanwhile, I'm tending to my studies. I'm be well read. I'm going to be a creator. I don't care if I die with no money. It doesn't matter to me. But when it's all said and done, I will have published, a multitude of content that I created from my heart. And I've already done it. I already have thousands of words published, There was much more to come. And that's why I'm excited about this website. Holding off, putting together this website is dead to me. Now it's a huge learning curve to get it exactly how I want it. I haven't worked out all the kinks, and I don't know which direction I'm going to go 100%. But it's worth doing, and the more you silence those, your intuition, the more quiet it gets. It learns to give up. Your intuition learns to give up on you. So, I mean, that's just another way of saying that you found another way to give up on yourself. And that shit should be too dead. That shit should be dead because we are all capable of making great strides in our own life. All capable. But for whatever reason, and I kind of understand that odds could be stacked against us for whatever reason, but the fighting you should always remain. It's like if you're going to be alive, you might as well just keep fighting, and I mean until there's just no fight left, until you're done, until you're deceased, man. Just keep fighting until, and don't seek instant gratification. We live in that world, so it's easy to fall into that trap. Trust me, I know. Everything's so instant these days, man. Go through a drive-through. Within a minute after ordering your food, you have that bitch, man. It's hard to beat instant gratification, especially when we've been just like indoctrinated into this ideology, this of time. We bought into time being a fucking thing, and we just can't sit still. And when I say sit still, I don't mean don't take action. I just mean like, take a breather, recharge, really get your thoughts in order, really sit down with your patterns and try to change things that way. That's how I feel. That's where I'm at. The goal is to not always make the most comfortable decisions because you can't really grow from lifting a 2-pound weight every day. You gotta put some thing on there. You gotta put some weight on there that's really gonna make you, that's really gonna challenge you. That's gonna confuse your muscles. You know, such is life. If you don't like where you are in life, you don't like how things are working for you, switch it up. Don't necessarily switch it up to make things easier. I mean, well, grant, like, if you're hard on yourself, like, unnecessarily hard on yourself, then I don't mean, like, you just pushing yourself. I mean, like, just beating yourself up. Then, obviously, you need to take a step back from that. That's not going to help. But if you are in the habit of being hard on yourself, make sure you get a fucking reward for it. Like, if you're going to be hard on yourself about, for example, how fat you are, how disgusting you look, then be hard on yourself in the fucking gym. Okay? So you take that mentality there, and somewhere along the way, you learn to fucking love yourself. You build confidence because you realize that you had it in you all along to be a badass. As simple as that. Always be your number one confidant. Always, speak to yourself. Have a conference with yourself. Because a lot of people in our life, they're fucking enablers, and that shit needs to be dead to you. You need to be upset if ever you look at your life and you say, oh man, things are going wrong and this and that and that. And you got people saying, oh, it'll get better. Just pray and this thing. Like, you ought to be mad. I don't know if you should be mad at that person or mad at yourself, but you ought to be mad. Because that ain't a solution at all. The real solution is to come up with solutions. Like, literally just fucking jot down a bunch of shit. Potential ideas. One of them's going to stick. One of them is going to be worth exploring, and then you explore that one, and then it'll take you to another piece, and then that'll take you to another piece, and that'll take you to another one. So from there, that's just how you expand. And when you take those little steps, they add up. We get so overwhelmed at looking at the big picture, we forget, to realize that the big picture is a culmination of tiny strokes with the big picture in mind. There's only but so many steps we can take in a day, and I get that. The best thing to do is to focus on the work itself. Another thing that is dead to me is feeling like I'm speaking to nobody. Like nobody can hear me at times. Here we are, we have a live video. I don't think anybody's even tuning in. But I feel like I have to do that. Do this. This is a part of the process. I have to get it out. I have to work my creative muscle. Speak on the fly. I usually don't write any of this down. I just want to speak on the fly as if I was talking to somebody. As if I were talking to somebody. Because there have been many times where I've been on the phone and I try to give advice to people talk for like 2 hours or some shit, and at the end of it, then it hits me. I'm like, wow. Some of the things I said, I wish I would have recorded. Because it came from the heart, it was candid, and that's the type of things that you need to capture. Because there's where the strokes of genius are. Like when when there's no pressure to be someone that you're not. That's when the true magic, unravels. But I'm out of here, man. I hope you kill something off in your life that isn't working for you.